Welcome to Spirit Baby Radio. You are about to join a frequency that will open your mind, expand your heart, and activate your spirit. Thank you for joining Kelly Meehan, Spirit Baby Medium and Master Energy Therapist. Kelly believes in the power of the Spirit Baby. She speaks with babies in spirit before life, in the womb, and after life. She supports, teaches, and guides others to tune into the intuitive and mystical parts of life for greater wisdom. Join her in meeting your soul baby and build your connection and relationship with deep love and trust. Welcome to Spirit Baby Radio with your host, Spirit Baby Medium, Kelly.
Welcome to episode 77, January 10th, 2020. Your turn to power up for 2020. Know your truth with Spirit Baby Communication. What will it take in order to open with your heart upon the journey of a life? What does Spirit Baby Communication mean for you? How do you hold love, truth, and connections in this new vibration you want to create? Oh my goodness, 2020, I feel like the future. I'm also was born in like 1975, so that felt like 100 years ago at this point. I'm being so dramatic. I'm hoping that everybody is really expanding into their 2020. It's only been 10 days, and my 2020 has not been eventful. And maybe I'll just leave it at that. Let's just say there's a lot of shadow, a lot of uprooting, a lot of purging, and a lot of new foundations being created in the heart space, in the consciousness. But hey, I'm not going to lie. My ego has the boxing gloves on and is trying to fight those hidden pieces. But I know and I trust that my soul wants evolution. And I felt that journey for actually quite some time, many years now. And I don't know who says life gets easier. Maybe that's my inner dialogue. Does life ever get easier? It doesn't get easier, but I feel like we do become more resilient somehow, or we become broken down. Maybe that's not good. Or life has been so intensified, not knowing. I don't want to see it, in that light. And of course, again, there is the shadow, there is the fear, and of course there is the light, there is the beauty, and there is the grace. And I welcome all of that because it is a part of the journey of life. And even just reflecting now, I always thought, where was I 20 years ago? Then I was like, whoa, hold your horses, girl, because that's way too far back to go. But even now, like over this time, even with Spirit Baby Radio was born in 2016, and it literally was born off of an intuitive feeling that just came to me. And we hear these stories, like, where did these people, I have a lot of those stories, but this story is very much aligned with that, is where I found myself writing in a notebook, Spirit Baby Radio podcast. And I literally in that moment came up with like 50 episodes, and I went, this wants to be born. And then I didn't know what I was doing. And I know I was always told, if you can get past 10 episodes, you have a podcast. And I got past 10 episodes, and it was all about my connection to conception, to pregnancy, to birth loss within Spirit Baby energy. And then I shifted more openly and invited people. I invited other amazing souls and energies around the world to come in and share their wisdom around something. We've talked about dreams, using music in conceiving and pregnancy. I've had stories of books that people wrote about the losing of their child, losing of their infant, have stories about ways to increase your energy around your own spiritual reproductive pelvic awareness, as well as different fertility experts doing amazing and beautiful things for people around the country, and having them in that space as well of Spirit Baby Radio. And it has been really exciting. And as you know, we're up to lucky 77. I feel like I was trying to project ahead and believing that we'll hit 100, I think by the end of this year, and maybe we'll have like a celebration. That would be really great. Whatever that looks like. I don't know what that would look like. And so I had a little breaking up of energy. I remember in 2017, dealing with life and crisis and trauma. And then Spirit Baby Radio came back really strong, a rebirth, and I offer 2 episodes a month with either me or with some, expert or some story. I'd love, if you are listening now, email me at soulbabycommunication.com if you have an amazing conception, pregnancy, or birth loss story of communication. I would love to bring in your wisdom to others. You don't have to be a coach, a therapist, or a healer, but you can be. That's fine too. I'd love that. But if you just have a message you want to share, we need each other. We need each other in more of this tribal, global connection in our world. We need each other more than maybe sometimes we truly understand, that we are these unique individual souls having experiences and building and creating in so many ways. But I would love, again, I'm hoping I'm going to spread that energy everywhere, to get more stories about people's own experiences with their own intuition, psychic space, and their own spirituality. So 2020, take a breath. The 2020 energy, a time for intentions, self-realizations, reflections, meditations. I just feel like it's always nice to kind of check in and ask yourself, what are you grateful for? It could be really hard to be grateful when life doesn't feel like it's offering you anything to be grateful for. But it's something I challenge you to bring into your consciousness, as I love a good old challenge. And of course, your fears will rise and fall no matter where you are in your journey of gratefulness. And even bringing that energy into your own Spirit Baby communication practice. As always, Spirit Baby world, right? The life before life is active, it's alive, it's a vibration of mystery, of purity, and we are receiving, I want to say by the thousands, probably beyond thousands and thousands and thousands of little beings coming into bodies all the time, every day around this globe. Some coming in for the full term of life, others coming in for short experiences. And there's, again, bringing it back to the mystery, but being open to receive conception, being open to receive pregnancy, being open to receive, the healing of birth loss is a very, unknown journey, because we don't know anything really on so many levels. And at the same time, there's so much love and bright light energy within us that gives us purpose, that gives us drive, that allows us to bridge our own internal spiritual world with the world around us. And this Spirit Baby world, the life before life, I'd love to, continue to bring you with Spirit Baby Radio that wisdom and what that looks like over this time. It has changed. I believe it was 5 years ago, the Spirit Baby energy dug its heels in and started going out there and really sharing the message. And over 5 years, so much has expanded in my world. And I feel like in even 5 more years, there'll be other newer philosophies of energy and connection around bringing in communication and healing. And if you can just imagine for a moment, what we've lost in our culture is that connection of our ancestors telling us what our next generations would be, how to hold the energy for that time and space to nurture us in a way that Spirit Baby communication becomes just a natural practice to the evolution of community. And so now we have to sit here in our own individual soul pods and, calling in this community in a different way and building that. And so knowing whether you're in conception, pregnancy, or healing through birth loss, that there is a relationship with your baby in spirit. And people always wonder, well, if I have a relationship, does that mean they want to be born? And that's always the balance, that some babies do want to be born and others feel like they've accomplished enough in your connection and that maybe it is not their lifetime to be born. And you have to be able to receive both that insight and let it kind of digest through into your own energy consciousness, because there's never guarantees on things. There's only your intuitive connection, your loving heart showing up and being in a space of receiving openness and curiosity as I always love my most favorite word. I teach a lot of this curiosity, because curiosity it opens up energy for possibility and to see and be a part of something. And so wherever your inner gratefulness energy lies, wherever your spirit baby communication practices, feel positive about it, feel inspired by it. Sorry, I got to take a pause there for a moment. As I said, my new year started with a lot of stuff happening, and I have to clear my throat, and I don't think everybody wants to hear me cough. So if you find it goes quiet for a moment, I'm not editing it out. No, I'm not. And you will be okay if I don't edit it out. But now you know what happens in the back quiet. But that's life for you. And I think I'm feeling kind of giddy today. As you said, I feel like I'm laughing a lot in this podcast. And this is going to be not a very long podcast. I just want to introduce and just connect with our relationship with baby for 2020. And, what this year will bring, again, new and different episodes to inspire. I mean, that's really it is. And to motivate you. And to know that you're not alone. You're not alone in this world. As much as at times you may feel isolated or you'll be your own worst inner critic, that there is things happening in the beyond. And I feel very fortunate that I've discovered that I've spoke to almost 3,000 spirit babies over the years, 3,000 people and couples, connecting them not just with their own energy consciousness and their own process of who their inner gifts are to this world, but with their baby energy, whether they're boys, girls, twins, so many things happening. And I want to continue to encourage people to explore their inner psychic space, their intuition, and building that spirit baby relationship, that your practice is always changing. People always wonder, am I doing the right meditation? It's more than just meditation. It's many other things. You can do meditative journaling. You could do music communication. You can do art communication. You can do movements, dance communication. And everybody has their own way of connecting with their baby. And that's the beauty. I love, love, love listening in conception, in pregnancy, in loss. I love listening to these spirits tell me, how is my mommy or daddy connecting with me? And I love when a lot of times the parents to be or current parents are like, oh, I felt that way, or yeah, that's exactly it. Or some people are like, oh, really, that's our way? So a little combination of a lot of different things, because babies have a lot of love and honesty to share. And don't overinterpret your relationship with your child and spirit. Energy speaks so differently. Don't let the mind wander, overthink, or overchat. Your intuition is free-flowing. It's honest and real part of you. And as you are accelerating into that and trusting that in all parts of your life, you get to see how that unfolds in your connection with your baby and spirit. Always remembering it's about balance. Stress is not the helper. It is always about de-stressing, finding that hormonal cocktail of balance. It's never about perfection of conception or parenthood. It's about alignment. And no matter what ways you are calling, or you're being called into moving into this next place, knowing that you are always in creation, and nobody can tell you that you are not having a baby, or that you're not going to be pregnant, or that you're not meant to have a child if you've had loss. That's all a bunch of BS. I don't care who you are and what you think. There's so much more happening than that kind of energy. And if you receive that energy that feels that way, then use it to prove that all those other energies are wrong. Use that to build your strength and your own inner connection to becoming a parent. And I want to leave you with that loving, pure, inspiring energy. And I did want to share soulbabycommunication.com. I have so many different offerings, and I'm not sure everybody knows them all the time. But tomorrow, which means you have to listen to this today, which is a little late in the getting out in the podcast world, it is Attunement with Spirit Baby. It is a workshop It is a free workshop, and we're going to go into conception, a bit of meditation. We talk about sacred embryo. We're going to talk about questions and answers and comments, and I'm going to offer mini readings for some people. Not everybody. I never really do this. It takes a lot of energy to sit there with people, and I do feel like if there are some open energies that are on the call, that I'll have those babies pick those people for me, so then I can get some other levels of insight. And that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yes, there is a recording going out if you cannot make it live, and you can find that at the website. I actually just put it on the front page because my technology is not very good. And so, Attunement with Spirit Baby live workshop tomorrow. I do also have these other offerings that I want to share as well. Is Sacred Embryo, Communication Begins the Deeper Journey, 8-week series program. I am so in love with this program. I've seen women move through it in conception to pregnancy into adoption. So much different energy coming through because it's not a cookie cutter. It's really 8 weeks of looking at your energy, your consciousness, and your energy is moldable, and you're allowed to see your blind spots. You're allowed to rework with your fears. And there's meditations and exercises as well as email communication and the bonuses. I love the bonuses. It's really just the full amazing deal, and there's a payment option for everybody in that, and it's only offered sometimes twice a year, maybe 3. We'll see where the energy goes. It's very specific, precious energy of evolving. I also, Sacred Communication, a Spirit Baby journal, a must-have, beautiful artistry. There's 5 chapters that share different prompting questions about your connection with Spirit Baby in conception, in pregnancy. Build that journaling, meditating relationship. It's, again, that can be found at the website as well. That is a book that is snail mail. It goes to your house, not an online book. We need to see paper books in our hands and really just get that pen and paper out. It's so nice, healing. Also, if you've had a miscarriage, Healing After Miscarriage with Spirit Baby Communication. I love this. It's a 4-week series that is really geared towards women in conception that have experienced, whether it's single miscarriage, early loss, or or multiple losses. This is really preparing, sinking deep into the energy and seeing what the next piece is. And in that there are bonus, I think there's bonus material as well as it's a self-study, and you have an opportunity to get a session with that. I do feel like I've seen many, many women who have miscarriage, and so look at that energy, the sacral is so powerful to see what that next emotional and spiritual piece is. And for the women that are in pregnancy, I know a lot of the energy, comes and goes around pregnancy, so much conception energy in my world. But I have a 3-part workshop, pregnancy. It's such an amazing price in my shop. And I think I'm going to leave the price up for this month. And it goes into like your baby as an oracle and other parts of your aura of pregnancy and different things and the different stages. Our pregnancy, first, second, third trimester, such a different vibration of energy. I really adore Spirit Baby conversations with pregnant women. They're just, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. They have so much fun things to share and connections and preparing for their birth into the world. And so that workshop is so nice. They prepare that spiritual energy for you, and it's so affordable. I also have for those that have experienced later loss, around stillbirth or even infancy loss. And I wouldn't even just say, you could definitely join it with miscarriage, but I really have it geared towards that later loss, really in that deepening connection. It's called Sacred Circles. It's a 3-part workshop that just finished in December, really amazing price too. And I go into really the 101 of how do you communicate with your baby in the afterlife, in the, which we call heaven, nirvana, the other life, whatever it is, where this other space is, where this being now is calling their home, which does not become a part of Earth's home, and how you get to build that relationship, that connection, looking at grief as a sacred piece to the journey to who you are and the healing that comes from that, and the beautiful things. Oh my gosh, I will share that more in a book someday, The Afterlife of Spirit Baby, one of the many books. I have 2 books that I'd love to write, and that would be one of them, just all geared towards how our babies communicate and the beautiful energy that's shared. And there's something just so healing and so profound, and you can really get that that next level of inner self-study and training for yourself if you are someone that has experienced loss and looking for answers or more insights. And of course, the newest offering, which is, oh my gosh, in a few weeks, hopefully it'll be coming out very soon, is the Spirit Baby Mentorship. It was closed down for 2019, rebooted for 2020, 8 weeks of spiritual education and intuition. And that is set up in such a fun way to see how there's so many gifted Spirit Baby readers out there, and I've met them. Some know it, some don't. It's so amazing, such amazing healers I see. They have such good-hearted women that I'm very fortunate to connect with, and I'd love to see them develop and bring that gift inward. There needs to be more Spirit Baby readers out there that are actually stepping into the work, that trust it, believe it, and that are evolving with it. How amazing is that? And so Facebook groups for everyone. If everyone's, curious, where can I find Spirit Baby Radio's more insights? Of course, I have 4 Facebook groups. You can get interested in dialogue. 3 Facebook groups and 1 Facebook page. My Instagram is @SpiritBabyMedium. So the Facebook groups I have a Facebook group on medical intuition, and that talks about the spirit of science and intuition and medical kind of awareness around that. Spirit Baby Facebook group, and it's called Spirit Baby. If you type in Spirit Baby, you'll find it. There's more of a title. And of course, I have the Afterlife of Spirit Baby, and there is that's its own energy, looking at the loss. And so this year, 2020, 77 episode here, starting it off. It could start off good, it could start off bad, but you got this. It's okay. You are love, you are connected, you are wholeness. And so I look forward to bringing you more healing, beautiful, and profound episodes that will hopefully carry you into wherever you are on this journey of life. And I thank you for joining episode 77, Power Up for 2020, Your Truth with Spirit Baby Communications. And of course, if you like this podcast or any podcast, please subscribe and leave reviews. I want to thank you for joining, and many blessings. And hopefully we will connect in the live workshop. Maybe mention that you tuned into the radio, and maybe it gives you a little thumbs up for that one. And much love. Thank you.
This is Spirit Baby Radio. Thank you for joining Kelly in the energy of awareness, love, healing, and soul communication. Please join the next episode at www.soulbabycommunication.com.